There's this little thing called the placebo effect, which basically means you can trick someone into thinking something's happening when it actually isn't. For example, if you gave somebody a Reese's Pieces and told them it was oxycodone, their mind may just be strong enough to believe that they're actually under the influence of said quote unquote drug. Or maybe if you gave somebody grape juice and told them it was wine, they may act drunk. Something like this actually happened before. But a few weeks ago, I had a friend over, and my friend, he's 21 years old. He's one of the only people I know who actually is. A lot of my friends are either my age or just a tiny bit younger than I am, maybe a year or so. Um, but he's always talking about he drinks beer a lot, and he said he loves Crown Royal and whiskey, all the vodka, whatever. Says he always likes to drink alcohol, and he says it always makes him laugh like the Joker, a crazy person, whatever. So every time he comes over, he always asks, "Can I have a beer?" It's one of the few things he says. I remember we had ordered a pizza, and he said he wanted a beer with his pizza, and I told him no. Even though you're 21, my parents said no. They just don't want you drinking their beer. They don't want you acting drunk at their house or something like that. We don't want them puking all over our pillows or anything. So I concocted a small little prank. He always was asking for beer, so this is what I did. I got some apple juice and I poured it in a cup, and I told him it was beer, and I just basically gave it to him, and I go, "Here," and he goes, "What's this?" And I go, "It's beer." And he said, "I thought your parents said I couldn't have any beer." And I said, "Oh, it doesn't matter, just don't tell them." And he goes, "Oh, of course, yeah, I'm all for that, live a little bit, huh? Not everybody needs to know." So he takes a sip of it, and he goes, "This tastes like apple juice." And I go, "Oh, that's because it's hard apple cider." And he goes, "Oh, makes sense." So then he drank some more of it, and he pretty much just shotgunned the whole glass, and then he goes, he hiccups or whatever, and then he goes, like, "I'm feeling good," and he was just talking a little bit weird, and he goes, something about people supposedly like to get horny when they're drunk. He said something about, "I'm horny," and I go, "What do you want me to do about it?" He goes, "I'm going to go into your bathroom and masturbate," and I go, "Okay, have a good time." So then he came back approximately 32 and a half seconds later and was just, "Oh, I couldn't get anything to come out." Okay, then. So then he wanted to watch TV, and he's, "I want to watch TV," and he's slurring his words and everything, and I still don't know how he was doing that, because, like I said, I gave him apple juice with absolutely no alcoholic content in it whatsoever. It didn't even taste like beer. I've even heard that, hard apple cider sort of has a beer-like taste. I've never tasted it, but I've smelled it before. I've seen my dad drink that, and I've smelled it before just because I was curious and all that. So then after that, we put on some classic regular show, one of my favorite cartoons, one of his favorite cartoons too. We started watching it, and he's laughing harder than he's ever laughed before. Supposedly, one of the effects of being drunk is that people will just laugh and find things way funnier. If you tell them a stupid joke when they're sober, they might just not laugh at all. But then if you tell them a joke, like, "What do ghosts eat? Blueberry pie?" they might think it's the funniest thing ever, might laugh like they're at a Jim Gaffigan show. They might think it's extremely funny, but just for some reason, I don't know, maybe it has the effect to do with laughing gives your brain dopamine, and alcohol also gives the brain dopamine, so they just sort of pile on, like a sandwich. You add lettuce to it or whatever, and then you have lettuce, tomato, ham, whatever, you know what I mean, just sort of piles on, adds to what's already there. So then after that, he was just sitting there, and he goes, "Everything's spinning." And then I just go, "Okay, this is getting too far." And I go, "Yeah, I didn't give you beer. It's apple juice." And he goes, "That's impossible. You gave me beer. I'm not. I feel drunk, and like I feel drunk in my body, and then but I also feel spinning and stuff." And then he goes, "I think I'm gonna throw up." And he made noises like he was gonna throw up and everything, but he didn't actually puke. He would just go the whole time. And he said, "Oh, I guess I didn't have to puke." And I go, "Yeah, 'cause I didn't give you fucking real beer. I didn't give you Crown Royal. That's not what I meant. I didn't give you Corona. I didn't give you fucking Miller Lite. I didn't give you Cletus's favorite beer, Ice House. I didn't give him anything. I didn't give him real beer at all. It's fake. It was apple juice. I literally gave him freaking Mott's apple juice. That's what I gave. Mott's for tots. I literally gave him Mott's apple juice, not even real." I still don't even know why. I guess he just has a strong mind, or he's just very stupid. Like, for example, you give somebody, like I said, you give a teenager grape juice and they tell them it's wine. It's just, they might get drunk. It just depends how stupid they are. So, I guess that's the story of how I gave my friend apple juice and he thought it was beer. He ended up going home telling his parents that I gave him beer, and they didn't care, I guess. They were, "You're 21, you can drink." But I kept saying it's apple juice, and he never believed me. He was, "Oh, it's beer. Oh, it's beer. And yeah, you gave me beer. That was good. I felt good and everything." And I still don't know how his brain was able to trick him into thinking that the world was spinning and stuff, because that is scientifically impossible. It has to do with they drank way too much, and even if I did actually give them beer, they wouldn't be drunk. Most people, probably someone his size, he's good size, he's probably 5'11", 6 foot, 130, 40 pounds, I don't know, I think that's what he told me. But somebody around that size would probably need at least 4 to 5 to actually feel somewhat of a drunk, or maybe a buzz if they have a good tolerance. So anyway, that was the story of how I tricked my friend into thinking he was drunk when I gave him Mott's apple juice. Hope everyone had a good day.